My dear brothers and sisters, success is not measured by what this world calls achievement. Success is not about how much you own, how high you climb, or how many people know your name. Real success begins deep within the heart, when you align your every intention, every plan, and every step with the will of Allah. It starts not with ambition, but with sincerity. Because when your purpose is pure, when your goal is not just to be seen by people, but to be accepted by your Creator, your journey transforms from a worldly pursuit into a form of worship. You are no longer chasing the temporary, you are walking toward the eternal. You see, many people strive tirelessly for success, but they do it for themselves, for their ego, for their status. And what happens, even when they reach their goals, they feel empty, because a success that does not involve Allah will never fill the heart. The believer's success, however, begins with a single intention, asterisk, Ya Allah, I want this to please you. Asterisk, that one statement changes everything. It means that even when things go wrong, even when plans fall apart, you remain at peace because you know your effort was for Him, not for the world. True success begins when we surrender our definition of success to Allah's definition. Sometimes what we see as failure is actually Allah redirecting us towards something better. Sometimes what we want is not what we need, and sometimes what we lose is actually what saves us. But you only recognize that when your heart has submitted to His will. When your success is tied to Allah, no loss can break you, and no delay can destroy your hope. Because your goal is no longer the result, your goal is the connection. And this sincerity, this submission, is not just a mindset, it's a way of living. It means you start your work with asterisk Bismillah asterisk and end it with asterisk Alhamdulillah. Asterisk, it means you seek blessings before you seek results. It means you plan with effort but accept with faith. You do your best, but you never claim that your best alone is what brought success. You remind yourself that no matter how talented you are, no matter how intelligent or hardworking, if Allah doesn't will it, it will not happen. And that realization doesn't weaken you, it humbles you. It frees you from arrogance and gives you tranquility in uncertainty. So many people today are anxious, restless, and constantly comparing their journey to others. But the one who truly submits to Allah's will never feels envy. Because they know what is meant for them will never miss them, and what misses them was never meant for them. This is the power of living with sincerity. It removes jealousy, it removes bitterness, and it replaces it with asterisk Tawakkul asterisk, a deep, calm trust in Allah's timing. You stop asking why me and start saying guide me. You stop doubting the process and start believing in the wisdom behind it. When you understand that success begins with submission, every struggle becomes a means of elevation. Even your hardships become your teachers, because you realize that Allah is not delaying your success, He's preparing you for it. The believer's mindset is not when will I get what I want, but how can I grow closer to Allah through what I have? And when you reach that point, that is success in its purest form. Because even if the world sees you as unsuccessful in Allah's sight, you are already victorious. So remember, success is not just reaching your dream, it's reaching Allah through your dream. When your intention is sincere, your effort becomes worship, your patience becomes strength, and your journey becomes sacred. That is where true success begins, not when you win by the world's standards, but when you rise by Allah's will. So many of us today say, I'm tired. We wake up exhausted, we move through life with no energy, and we convince ourselves that we can't go on. But the truth, my brothers and sisters, is that most of us aren't truly tired. We are undisciplined. We've mistaken a lack of consistency for fatigue. We've lost sight of why we began, and so every small effort feels heavy. The problem is not in our strength, but in our focus. When the heart has no clear purpose, even small challenges feel unbearable. But when your heart is connected to something greater, when your effort is tied to Allah, suddenly your energy changes. You begin to realize that tiredness is not what stops you, it's the lack of commitment, the lack of self-control, the lack of direction. You see, discipline is not a punishment, it's a mercy. It's the structure that keeps your dreams alive when your emotions fluctuate. Motivation is temporary, it comes and goes, but discipline is what carries you when the excitement fades. You may not always feel inspired to pray, to study, to work, or to grow, but discipline whispers, do it anyway. And that is where strength is built. Allah never said the path would be easy. He said, indeed, with hardship comes ease. That ease is not the absence of struggle, it's the strength that grows within the struggle. It's the light that appears when you push through the darkness. Sometimes we confuse physical tiredness with spiritual emptiness. We think we are burnt out, but in reality, we are disconnected. We scroll endlessly, we chase distractions, we fill our lives with noise, and then wonder why we feel exhausted. But the soul is not tired because of effort. It's tired because of neglect. The more we distance ourselves from Allah, the heavier life feels. But when you bring discipline back into your heart, the discipline of prayer, the discipline of purpose, the discipline of consistency, suddenly your soul finds rest even when your body is working hard, because now your effort has meaning. Think about it. The most successful people, spiritually, emotionally, or even professionally, are not the ones who feel motivated every day. They are the ones who show up even when they don't. They wake up before dawn, not because it's easy, but because they know that victory is built in silence, in patience, in consistency. And every time you fight your laziness, you are not just building a habit, you are earning Allah's pleasure. You are proving that your desire for His reward is stronger than your desire for comfort. The problem with many of us is that we let our emotions control our actions. When we feel good, we work hard. When we don't, we stop. But discipline teaches you to act based on principle, not on mood. It's a reminder that consistency is more valuable than bursts of effort. One sincere step every day is better than a sprint that ends in exhaustion. Allah doesn't look at how fast you move, He looks at how steadfast you remain. So the next time you say, I'm tired, ask yourself, am I really tired, or have I simply lost direction? Because tiredness fades with rest, but lack of purpose drains you no matter how much you sleep. Reignite your your intention. Remind yourself why you started, who you're doing it for, and what reward awaits you. Discipline is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about showing Allah that even when it's hard, you haven't given up. And when you live this way, you begin to see that strength was never about how much energy you had. It was about how much faith you held. You're not tired, you're undisciplined, but the moment you bring Allah back into your effort, discipline will become your strength and success will follow by His will. So many people make dua for success, for ease, for change, and that's beautiful. But we must understand that dua alone is not enough when action is absent. Allah loves to see us raise our hands in prayer, but He also loves to see us move our feet in effort. Discipline is the bridge between dua and destiny. It's what connects your request to Allah with the reality He allows to unfold in your life. You can make dua every night, you can cry in sujood, but if you wake up and take no step toward what you're asking for, you are leaving that bridge incomplete. Allah does not give without wisdom. He hears every plea, every whisper, every cry. But He also expects sincerity, and sincerity is proven through consistency. When you truly believe in your dua, you act upon it. You don't just hope for success, you prepare for it. You don't just ask for strength, you build it through patience. You don't just seek guidance, you discipline yourself to follow it. That's how dua transforms from words into reality, through disciplined action. Discipline is not the opposite of faith, it is faith in motion. It's believing that Allah will bless your effort, even when you don't see results yet. It's showing up to your prayer when you feel lazy, studying when no one notices, working hard when no one claps. Every time you push yourself for the sake of Allah, He is watching. Every silent battle you fight against procrastination. Every quiet moment you choose effort over excuses. These are all acts of worship. And when you keep going with that mindset, Allah opens doors you never even knew existed. There's a beautiful balance between dua and discipline. Dua connects your heart to the heavens, and discipline anchors your effort on the earth. You need both to walk the path of success. If you only make dua and wait without working, you fall into wishful thinking. But if you only work without dua, you rely on yourself instead of Allah. True success is when you make dua with humility and then work with sincerity, knowing that both are acts of obedience. Sometimes Allah delays the result not because He's ignoring your dua, but because He's teaching you through discipline. He's shaping your character, refining your heart, and preparing you for what you asked for. Every time you stay patient, every time you control your emotions, every time you stay committed when it's difficult, Allah is strengthening your soul. Because what's the use of reaching success if you're not ready to handle it? Allah gives when you are ready, not just when you ask. And discipline is the process that makes you ready. Many people want their prayers to be answered instantly, but they forget that even the prophets had to wait. They prayed, they struggled, they remained disciplined, and they never gave up. Their patience was proof of their sincerity. So, if you've been praying for something and it hasn't come yet, don't stop. Keep praying, but also keep walking. Keep working, keep striving, and keep disciplining your soul, because every small step is a sign of your trust in Allah's plan. Remember, the dua is the seed, but discipline is the water. You can't expect the tree of success to grow if you plant a seed and never water it. Keep nurturing your goals with effort, with intention, with faith. You'll fall, you'll get tired, but get back up. Because Allah never wastes the effort of the believer. The bridge between your dua and your destiny is built one disciplined step at a time. And when you walk that bridge with faith, you will find that Allah's plan was always leading you exactly where you are meant to be. Success, my brothers and sisters, is always written by Allah. It is decreed, measured, and perfectly timed. But what we often forget is that Allah's decree is not a call to passivity, it is an invitation to effort. Success is by Allah's will, but it is earned through our striving. Allah never said sit and wait, He said work and trust. He said, and that there is not for man except that good for which he strives. This means that while success ultimately belongs to Allah, the responsibility to move, to act, to persist, lies with us. We live in a time where many want instant results, instant success, instant recognition, instant ease. But success that comes too quickly often fades just as fast. The one who builds with patience, with sincerity, with effort grounded in faith, that person's success lasts because it was earned with heart and humility. You see, when Allah wills something for you, He also tests your persistence toward it. He wants to see, will you give up when it's hard, or will you keep going when no one is watching? Because the path to success is not a straight road. It is full of delays, detours, and disappointments. But those are not signs of failure. They are signs that Allah is preparing you for what He has already written for you. Every effort you make, even the smallest one, is seen by Him. Sometimes the world won't notice your hard work. People won't praise you, they won't understand your struggles, and you might feel invisible. But Allah sees every tear, every moment you stayed patient, every time you chose honesty when it was easier to cheat, every time you stayed consistent when quitting looked tempting. That unseen effort is what Allah multiplies into success. Success is not the result of luck or timing, it's the reward for sincerity and perseverance. We must never think that Allah's will means we have no control. Allah's will is what gives meaning to our effort. It's what allows our striving to bear fruit. The believer doesn't sit idle saying, if Allah wills, it will happen, while doing nothing. The believer says, if Allah wills, my effort will be blessed. That is the balance, to act as though everything depends on your effort, but to trust as though everything depends on Allah. This is the essence of Tawakkul, true reliance on Allah. It is not laziness disguised as faith, nor arrogance disguised as confidence. It is that beautiful middle path between effort and surrender. Sometimes Allah withholds success because if He gave it too soon, it would destroy us. We're not yet ready for the blessing we're asking for, so He delays it, not as a punishment, but as protection. And sometimes Allah gives success in a form we didn't expect, We ask for wealth, He gives us contentment. We ask for position, He gives us peace. We ask for recognition, He gives us sincerity, because what we think is success is often not what our soul truly needs. But when you keep working and keep trusting, Allah aligns your worldly effort with your eternal benefit. So don't be discouraged by the process. Every day you stay disciplined, every time you rise after falling, every time you choose faith over frustration, you are moving closer to what Allah has written for you. Remember, Allah's timing is perfect, and His promise never fails. He may not give you what you want immediately, but He will always give you what you need at exactly the right moment. Your job is to keep working, keep praying, and keep believing, because success in the end is not about reaching the top of the mountain. It's about climbing with trust, patience, and gratitude. When your effort is sincere and your reliance is on Allah, then even if the world calls you unsuccessful, in Allah's sight you have already succeeded.